Hi y'all, it's me. I'm here with a project share. I am entering Patty's swap. Patty is Mommy and Me here on YouTube and everywhere else if you don't know her, but I'm sure y'all do. Hi Patty. She's hosting a swap called Hello Maggie Holmesswap, and I really was excited to join this one even though I'm so busy right now, but I figured I could squeeze the time in somewhere. Anyhow, so the swap, you have to make an embellishment book that has at least 3 pages with 6 embellishments. It has to be Maggie Holmes themed. And you also have to make a little trinket box, and the trinket box has to have like beads and charms and little doodads like that. So I wasn't quite sure where I was going with this, but I did know I was using Garden Party, which is my favorite Maggie Holmes collection. I think I just love all the florals and everything in it. It just reminds me of just such a happy place to be in your head. So I'm going to start with my trinket box, and I'm going to go kind of slow because I want to show you some of the stuff I used along the way in case you're interested. I think it's always nice when people show some of the stuff they use in case you want to try to hunt it down. So anyhow, here is my little trinket box, and this little box came from a place online called King Dollar. I think there's stores in California and stuff, but not here. But I ordered it online, and you get 6 in a package, and it has a little plastic loop up there so you can hang something off of it or whatever. I decided just to put a little bow here, and that's from a Marianne Crafts Design Easter Bunny die. This is the bow that goes around the neck of the bunny, and I don't have that one out. I forgot to pull it out, but anyhow, and I added a little bling. I put the paper in the back, and for most of this, in fact, all of this, I've used the digital collection. I think digital is the nicest way to go these days. Having a good printer and not having to store paper other than printer paper is amazing because we all know paper pads take up a lot of space. So anyhow, that's that. I made these little flowers right here, and then this little printable is from the digital collection. The So Sweet comes out of these books, and I've used these quite often throughout the whole thing. I'm sure you all have seen these before. They started out at Hobby Lobby as 19, and then they went to Tuesday, and they were $6.69. What a difference. But anyway, I love sticker books. I am obsessed with them, and I have many of these because I'm obsessed. So anyhow, that's where that came from. A little puffy there. I did some glittering around the edge, and then I also glittered around the edge of the box all the way around because I didn't want it just to be bare, and I added some trim on the lower portion. So I think it came out pretty cute. And then when you open this up, on this side here, I decided to back the cover because you could see the glue where you tape, the stuff down. So I added another digital there and some flowers I made and a piece of paper, and I think it came out really cute. These are all the little doodads that I'm giving. I'm not going to go through them all, but they're there. So I think that came out super, super cute, and I hope that is part of that met requirement. So set that off to the side. Then I'm going to move on to the embellishment book. I wasn't sure where I was going. I watched a video, and gosh, I'm sorry, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, and I was inspired by what she created. It was like a folio, and I did do one part of what she did, but the rest it just went on my own because I just went on my own. So if I remember, I'll link that down below. But anyhow, I decided I was going to use file folder to do my book, and I have pink file folders, and this is what I've created with it. And I know there's a lot to look at, so I'm just going to give you 1 second to have an overlook, and then we'll get into all the details, and I'll explain all this stuff as we go through the book because it's easier to do it that way. I will start over here by the tassels, and they are held on by a little paper or clip thingy there. I made these just by simply fringing some paper, cutting it in strips like that, rolling it up, and putting some washi tape on the top there. And on this one, I put the washi tape on the bottom before I did the fringing, and then I rolled it and added the washi tape up top. They have little eye pins down the center So that's how they're held onto the jump rings, onto the chain, onto the clip. So that's a good explanation there. So that was that. And then, okay, so here's an overview of the book. It definitely is chunky, and so I knew I needed to do something to hold it closed. So I thought a belly band was a perfect way to go. So I'm going to slide this off, and I'm going to show you the belly band first, and then we'll get into the book itself. So this is the belly band. I made it into a pocket. I have done a lot of stitching everywhere, so I hope I don't say that anymore because I've just stitched the heck out of everything. So back to this. I made a pocket. I added this little die cut piece. I don't even think this is die cut. I think I just hand cut this. And then this word is from the ephemera, and I just sewed through it, and a little flare button there. And I glued on diamond dots on all the centers of those little flowers throughout the whole thing, which I think came out super cute. This little pocket right here, I just used some scallop scissors that I have to do this. They were funny because these were the first pair of scissors I ever bought. I bought them over 40 years ago. They were expensive at the time, $30. I think that's still high for scissors, but they were special. They're the Weiss brand, which is really known for their quality, and it was the first time I had seen a scallop instead of a zigzag, so that's what those are, and now they're probably way cheaper. But anyway, in that pocket I decided to add some printable ephemera. I also printed on the back so it's not so white on the back, and then I have some Maggie Holmes project life cards in the pocket as well. I just thought that was a nice way to use this instead of just having a plain old belly band stuck on the front there. So that's that. Now let's get into the book itself. And as I said, this was a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot of craziness, but I had the best time doing this. So on the cover, I wanted to have a little pocket to hold some goodies, even though that's not part of the requirement, but that's what I wanted to do. This piece here is a chipboard piece from the collection. I glued on some little sequins, a little bow from Hobby Lobby. These are from the sticker book right here. These are just strips of paper and a little rickrack that I put across and sewed onto there. This little die that's there, it's one of my favorite. It's a little die set, and I do have that handy so I can show that to you. It was a Mintopia Murdaco set, and it comes with these little borders, and oh my gosh, they are just so dainty and so lovely. I love little, so it was perfect. So that's where this is, and I don't know unless you get it by someone selling on eBay if you'll find it, because it's not in production any longer. So anyhow, that's what I used there. And then in the pocket of this one, I decided to add some bling, some really pretty bling for the person who gets this. I also wanted to add some die cuts, and I used this, what do you call these? Oh, I can't think of the name of this pocket, whatever this material is called. But anyhow, I decided to emboss it because I wanted it not to be so plain, and I used this Stampin' Cut embossing folder. It's called Country Floral, and it's like a 3D embossing folder, so it's very beautiful. And in there I have some die cuts, which I'm not going to go through. Then I have some more Project Life cards, another piece of ephemera, and then a little bow paper clip there. And as you can see, it's just the pocket there. So I'm going to stick all that back in there and move on to the next part of this book. It was a lot of fun, y'all. I had so much fun creating this. So when you open this up, and I'm going to set it kind of like this, and I hope it shows well. It's kind of a hard thing to film. Let's see. I'm going to start down here. So I made another pocket here. I used a piece that I just hand cut for the banner in the background. This is a swan from the sticker book that I told you about. This banner right here, I don't remember who made this, but it's kind of has several different banners in it. I've had this for a long time, so Anyhow, I used that. I did the gold in the background and then the teal in the front with little bling in the centers. I did diamond dots around the edge there, some gold threading. And then in the pocket, I have some Project Life cards and the word happy, and that happy, which I love these things. They're one of my favorite possessions, are from Heidi Swap, and she did a bunch of series of different word dies, and I think she had create and happy and bliss and lovely, and there was others. I don't remember them all, but that's where they're from if you're interested. And so that's what's in there. I used the same thing over here to do the lovely. That's also a Heidi Swap. This is a puffy sticker from the collection. This I got on Temu for just for some trim. There's a puffy sticker. There's some sequins glued on. And what I decided to do was make these into pockets to house the 6 embellishments that I included. And so let me go back a minute. I got to show. So these are my embellishments that I've included. What I decided to do was put them in the little bags, and I wanted the elements to stick up the top. So I fussy cut some digital images and put them on there. Now, if you look closely, you can see how I have this hanging so that it won't slide down. This little thing right here, that's paper, gold paper. And I used a die from Lisa's shop, who is My Little Crafty Shop, and it's these things right here. So I basically doubled up one and then put a jump ring through it so that it would hold the dangle without it getting all mixed up in there. So I think that's a really clever thing to do with this. I love this die, and I was so happy that I ordered it when I did. She's there if you're interested. I don't know if this is still something she carries or not, but you can check that out. So that is one of the embellishments, and it's a little vinyl pocket that I created and added some goodies in it. Here's another one that I did, and this is like a dangle as well, and it's got a little swan down there. This is one of those key tag holders that I altered. I spray painted it gold and then added the little embellishments and the little beading, and just super cute. So then let me put this back up here, because now we're onto the next page. And the next page, this one doesn't open as well as I thought. It didn't plan out so well, I'm guessing because it's thick. So if you kind of just hold it up, it'll kind of stay open. I used some digital images for here and here. And then this envelope is from this die right here, which is Momenta. And it's just called a gift card die, I guess. Doesn't have a name. Anyhow, it's this one, and I also used the word hello, which you'll see in just a moment. So in there, I decided to put a bunch of ephemera pieces, which I'm not taking out, but they're held by Velcro. And then on this side, I decided to add the word hello, a little fabric flower, a little bling. And this here is some, I got this on Ally. I think it's a faux wax seal kind of look thing. So I just added that there with some pom-pom trim, and I think that came out super cute. And then for the embellishments on this one, I made this one here, and I showed these on because I made these for another thing, but they ended up coming in hand for this. So I made this little embellishment here. I also included another one, and this is the 4th one, and that's a swan that I shrinky dinked down and added some beads and whatever. I do have a video on my channel to do shrinky dinks. I will try to remember to link that down below for you. And then let's move on to the next page. It's this one here. And this one, I figured they could use this to put pictures in later on, but it does have a little pocket on the side with a puffy sticker. These stickers came out of the sticker book. It has a little ticket right here, and then some other pieces of ephemera in this little splat right there. And then it also has another one here, and now you can see this pocket. And this is from Mintopia as well. This was a Summer Stories collection. I don't believe it's in production any longer, but if you're lucky enough, maybe you can find one on resale if it's something you're interested in. but that's that little pocket. So again, I just put in some little things that I figured the recipient might want to use in her own creations, or his creations if there is a him doing a swap. Let's see, let's get those back in there. And then the next page is this one here. This one has quite a lot going on. I have some star trim. I used that little border trim that I showed you. This is the die I used to create the doily that you see here. I got this at Tuesday morning. I also used it to create that doily in the background there, because you do get two sizes. This one doesn't print with the little holes in it. I mean, cut, it shows it, but they don't print. It just cuts the outer piece. So I used that. I think I used this label in here somewhere. And so yeah, that's that die. That's the label right there. I did some gold thread. I added a bee from the sticker book, which is right there. And simple, simple, simple. In this pocket, I just have this little wand that I created. I used this from the Dollar Tree, these little wood pick thingies. I covered it with seam binding to do the base of it, and then the paper to do the top. I added some glitter. I glittered the edge, the back, all over, put this trim, and just something to stick in the pocket to make it cute. In this one, I also made this keychain for the recipient, so she can use this on a project. I think it came out super cute. It's got a lot of little goodies in there, puffy stickers and a bottle cap and some beads and all of that. So I did that. And then this one is a banner paper clip that I created. I think that came out so cute. I printed all these little words and cut them out, and I added sequins and thread, and I sewed a little ruffle in the background there. That's die cut pieces right here, eyelets, dangles, all there. And then I used Lisa's die to create the hanging part for that. So I thought that was super cute. I'm gifting a small die for the recipient just because this says Hello Spring. Figured that would be nice to have. I used a bow from my collection for that. And then everything sits back in this pocket right here. And that would be my 6 embellishments that I was required to make. And then the last page, it's another pocket right here. And I did cut out some more ephemera bits and stuff. And this pocket is from a La La Land Craft pocket die. I got this at that resale shop in Roseville that Christian goes to all the time, and I got it for $3. I don't even know if this is any more existence, but it's called a right pocket die. So that's where this came from. So I used a sticker from the sticker book, and again the ephemera. In the back page here on the cover, I did washi tape along the top edge. I made a double pocket, so in each pocket there's ephemera and Project Life cards from Maggie Holmes, and it's a double layered pocket. I did some rickrack, a piece of the chipboard from the collection, and that sits right back in there for the recipient to play with. So that's that part. This is just washi tape along the top edge. I don't know if I mentioned that. When you turn it over, I covered the back. There's some more washi tape. I used the paper. I made a tag, and before I remembered it was the May, Hello May, I just put the Maggie Holmes swap, but that's okay. It still does the job. I made this on my computer. I used a image from the Maggie Holmes digital collection to do that, and I think it came out super cute. And then I also did the bottom as well. I wanted that to be complete. So of course this is done, and now it just slides back into the belly band very easily. And this can be displayed just like this because it stands up on its own. And I think it's just a super sweet project. I had so much fun. I hope whoever receives this enjoys it as much as I enjoyed making it. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry this was a long one, but I did want to explain everything. And until next time, do what makes you happy. Bye for now.